And good evening, everyone, and welcome to a new session of the Study Abroad series, where you can study design, fashion, or architecture abroad. And in this series that we're doing, we've already covered USA, Canada, Germany, and Italy. And today we're doing the UK, studying in the UK. And upcoming is Singapore, Hong Kong, Australia, France, and Spain. And if there's any more that you'd like, I'm going to share a feedback form where you can ask us to add a country that you're interested in, and we'll try and fit that in. Our guest experts are Ms. Avinder Kaur and Mr. Rupinder Singh. They both run Shiksha overseas, and they've been doing it for 20 years, and they've sent thousands of students abroad. So they are the real experts in this. And before we go on to the session for the UK, what I'm showing you is this feedback form. This feedback form is in the description of this email, of this webinar. And if you need to connect with us for a broad portfolio guidance, you can connect with us and fill that form. And by filling this form, you can also reach out to Shiksha Overseas, and we'll take it from there. But for now, over to this session on study abroad in the, in the UK. Right, Avinder, thanks so much for joining in.
Thank you, Dion. Thanks a lot for having us here. And I welcome everybody else on board, for whosoever is watching this presentation today. And I'm really excited about talking, about studying design in UK. The reason being, I think this region was the first region, like I was just sharing it with you earlier. This is the first region that I actually started promoting as a study abroad counselor, So I have studied certain courses in the UK myself. So I've experienced it firsthand myself, the education, the student life, and everything. And it is one destination which is close to heart also. Like I really love UK as a place to go and study. And today we're going to talk about studying design, fashion, and architecture there. And I've prepared a small presentation for all of you guys. So I will sail you through it. Let me just share my screen. Can you see my screen, everybody, please?
Yes, your screen is visible.
Okay, yeah.
And you can put it on presentation mode.
Yeah, I'm going to do that now. Yeah, okay. Right. So moving ahead with studying design, fashion, and architecture in the UK today. So we all know that, UK is also known as a hub for a lot of, it's also, it's called a design hub, the second design hub in the world, basically. Like Italy is also known for its universities and colleges. Similarly, UK is also one of the main design hubs, offering courses in art, design, and architecture. These colleges in UK offer very practice oriented courses, along with excellent theoretically rigorous courses, So world ranked universities, UK has some very world ranked universities. It's been a leader in the academia for centuries. They have some of the oldest universities, and it's home to two of the world's top 3 universities, with a further 26 ranked among the global top 200. And this is as per the rankings that are available on the internet, So there is nothing that I have made up about here. So whatever facts and figures that I'll be presenting you with have been sourced out from verified sources. Now, let's talk about life and learning in UK. What is it to go to UK? Generally UK as a destination. Great futures happen when you study. You get to study in world ranked universities, innovative style of teaching, unforgettable student experiences, because you really experience international varied culture, interacting with students coming from all walks of life. Then the post-study work opportunities, like unlike some European nations where some universities, whereas the stay back opportunities are not as much. UK has 2 years of post-study visa, visa. We'll come to that later as well. A UK education opens doors wherever you go in the world. It's world recognized, accredited. All the universities are, from world recognized universities to innovative teaching approach and the leading minds who deliver it. The kind of teachers that you have. Teachers also come from various parts of the world. One of my own teachers that I talk about was an Australian. So somebody is from China, from Japan, from US or Canada. So teachers are there from all over the world coming who come to teach at the UK universities. And UK has what you need to reach your potential. They really help you. The whole course curriculum, the way is very rigorous. So they try and cover each and everything. It's very tight in schedule. UK has been the preferred choice for some of the most important minds in history. And 1 in 4 world leaders has studied in the UK. We have many Indian leaders who have, studied at UK universities and come back. And so if you're dreaming and achieving big things, you can be sure that you go to the right place. Actually, yes, I agree. And then, studying art and design in the UK. Now, this is something very crucial that, we need to think about. So whether you're eyeing a career as a fine artist, or a graphic designer, or, any other visual specialism that, or could be fashion design or product design, interior design, architecture, apparel design, merchandising, anything, it has world famous heritage in creative art and design. From the iconic album, we could talk about Peter Saville to Stella McCartney, her catwalk creations. So you will be following in some very famous footsteps when you go to the UK to study. The art and design departments have helped launch some of the most extraordinary careers that students can have. It has such career cells which help you boost your own inner potential, set up your own shop also, start your own business. They have these facilities. A lot of UK universities have these facilities where they help you start up a nice career, your own business, if you have a very good business idea, and boosting graduates into a creative industry that's currently worth around 100 million. So these are like facts that I'm talking about. So art and design is an intrinsic part of the modern world. We know that, shaping how we see and interact with everything from physical spaces to business services, ideas, and communications. So while constantly providing fresh source of artistic invention for all kinds of commercial and creative projects. So this is the place to be. So if you want to learn how to express yourself, capture visual ideas while taking a significant step on the career ladder, UK is the best possible place to start. So you should know that there are more than 1,500 art and design degrees on offer, one of the largest variety that is available to students in the UK, in the world actually, at more than 175 universities. So let's talk about the kind of specialisms. By specialisms, I mean the specialist courses that are available to students here, So could be fashion design. So you can study fashion design, architecture, product design, industrial design, furniture design, fine art, 3D design, ceramics, fashion and textile design, merchandising, illustration and animation, graphic design, digital design, web design, advertising, and photography. There are other various courses also known with other names as well, but like the main ones are here, these ones. So the content, one thing that I would like to share with you people is that, everybody wonders what an art course covers. So the content of each course depends entirely on which degree you choose, that we all know, yes. But most art degrees will provide a consistent range of modules in the first 1 or 2 years. before allowing you to specialize in your own degree area of. So there are a lot of core and elective courses that you get to select from, extra courses that are besides over and above your own area of specialization are also available to you, you know. So if you're going to study art and design, you might be able to take up one a business you know, a business major as well. So this base study will ensure you that you know, ensure that you get a good blend of practical studio practice, historical and analytical perspectives, professional and business elements, and insights into the technological side of the art world as well, you know, because technology is the place to be right now. It entered each and every sphere. So computer design is not computer design computer science is not computer science in its own self. It's there. Computers are used in even in design courses, like, you know, you study CAD, or there are many softwares like Fruity Loops for, you know, making music, and then the Photoshop. These are things, so technology is there, so they make you very well aware, well versed with the technological world. And you know, the blend that is required, they help you create that. And then modules you would cover on an art degree would actually include like the history of art, reflection and analysis, art technology, and the internet study. And then art and business, studio practice, typography, professional skills in that are required in art and design. And then objects and experiences. When we talk about objects and experiences, it is like actually you feel an object and close your eyes and learn how to curate it in the sense, create it on paper or in a mural, or whichever way you want to express that object. So this is something fantastic there, you know. And then why do we say that, you know, UK is a good choice for art and design? We all know that UK has a very unique heritage in art and design. It's known to everybody, and a creative industry that is now worth 100 billion pounds actually. So studying in the UK means following in the footsteps of iconic figures such as Peter Saville and Stella McCartney, and you have plenty to feast your eyes on it. Or, you know, you have various art galleries that you can visit, and art events, you know, that are held over the whole country. And then 1 in 8 UK businesses are part of the creative industries. You must know that. And the sector provides 2 million jobs. That is 75% of them which are outside London. So whatever aspect of art and design you're most passionate about, you will find the raw inspiration and professional insights necessary to head off on your chosen career path. Next, we talk about, I would like to share a list of colleges, you know, where which are, I will say, the best design colleges in UK. The first and for number one comes Royal College of Art. We're all aware of this name, you know. It's and the tuition fee to Royal College of Art is about 33,600 GBP per annum. Then University of Arts London, the Glasgow School of Art, Goldsmiths, University of London, Loughborough, Oxford, University College London, then Brunel, Edinburgh College of Art, and Imperial College London. These are the top ranked. But there are other design colleges which are also famous, like the Kingston University, very well known for their fashion courses and other production courses, production management courses. And then there is Nottingham Trent University. And in fact, Nottingham Trent University keeps forming associations with other universities in the third world countries, you know, like in India, they have a tie-up with Pearl Academy and things like that. So their courses are accredited and world recognized also. Then University of Edinburgh, Brighton, Dundee, Leeds, University of Glasgow, Newcastle University, University for the Creative Arts, University of Westminster, and Sheffield. So these are some of the ones which other design colleges which also are very well recognized, not just amongst the top 10, but then other ones as well. So if you don't get amongst these top 10, then you can always think about going to these and be sure that you'll get a good job. And you will your degree is going to be very well recognized. Next, we move on to, you know, I had clubbed design and fashion together in my first 2-3 slides. Now we study about architecture. Because why we always talk about architecture separately is because the rules and regulations required to, the entrance qualifications required to study architecture or becoming an architect in each country is very different. So now we talk about architecture courses at UK universities. They focus on the technological design, cultural and historical elements of the subject, and lectures on history and theory as well. They take place alongside art and 3D designs. So it's just not very technology, but historical and art and aesthetics as well. So this provides the student, with the best approach to learning about each element of the profession. Because architecture, if the study is beyond the classroom also. When you go out, everywhere you see is design or whatever. How, if I have to build a house in a particular place, am I going to ensure that I build the best house for that area? So it takes about 7 years to become a fully qualified architect, combining 5 years of study followed by 2 years of professional training. The 5 years of study means 3 years of bachelor's and 2 years of your master's, followed by 2 years of professional training and practical work before your final exams for your Council of Architecture. And you have to be ensure that when you enter a university there for architecture courses, you become members of the RIBA, the Royal Institute of British Architects, and there in the initial 3-year undergraduate degree before enrolling on a B.Arch diploma or a M.Arch degree. So we also have to ensure that each and every university that we are applying to is also acknowledged, accredited, or I'll say verified by the Council of Architecture in India. So prospective students, you require patience, hard work, and dedication to become architects. But once you do, the rewards are huge. It's fantastic. So the Times University Guide recently reported that 3 years into their careers, architects amongst the least likely of all graduates to be unhappy with their profession. That means you're likely to be one of the most happiest people following that. If you do your architecture studies in UK, that is the kind of accreditation and the kind of studies that are conducted. So a Bachelor of Architecture degree is your first step towards becoming a fully qualified architect, and you'll complete the course with an exemption from RIBA Part 1. For graduates looking to further their architecture education, a master's in architecture is available as a M.Arch or a MS degree or an MA degree. And that is when you sit for your RIBA Part 2. RIBA Part 2 is at the master's level. Okay, now entry requirements for getting into a architecture course. English language, art and design, and mathematics are all preferable subjects to have been studied before applying to an architecture degree. And you should also enjoy drawing freehand and have an interest in design and producing 3D work. So at UK universities, a portfolio of work is crucial, before you're even offered a place. So typical, when we talk about academics, a typical international IB, requirement is of minimum 32 points. Typical A-level requirements is a 2A and B with a balance of art, science, and writing ability. That is about 75%, above 80%, like that. And then IELTS requirement is a minimum of 6.5 overall with no less than 6 in each of the component. I hope you all know what IELTS is about. IELTS is International English Language Testing System. It's an English proficiency test, which is at par with this test is the TOEFL or the PTE. So you could give either of these exams. And you please note that entry requirements vary for each university. Some have very stringent norms. Some are easier, but portfolio plays, more than a 50% weightage there. And the kind of graduate, architecture careers and salary that is there once you finish your architecture courses is like after completing the 7 years of study required to become a registered architect. You graduates will find roles in architectural design, engineering and construction, preservation and urban planning, sustenance architecture. So average starting salary for, you would be about 40,600 GBP per annum. as per the latest statistics that we've gathered, And then around 90% of the architecture graduates in UK are either employed or go for further studies. So it's just a 10% variation where there could be a dropout due to personal reasons, maybe anything else, or maybe a career change or whatever, but 90% is the sustenance ratio. And on an average, a student needs about between 1,190 to 1,460 GBP for living expenses per month of study, depending on if you decide to live inside or outside London. So if you live in London, you should be looking at a 1,460 per month, and outside London 1,190. And then the new 2-year post-study UK work visa, rules is allowing students to work in the UK after graduation. So once you finish your graduation, whether be it your bachelor's or your master's, you're allowed to stay back for 2 years, look for a job, apply for a work permit and a work visa. A job search visa is different than a work visa, proper work visa. Work visa is given by the government and a work permit is given by the employer. So any student enrolling at a UK university can stay in the UK after graduation for up to 2 years in order to look for work related to their degree or course. Once you get that, then you will get a temporary resident card on which if you stay for 4 years, then after 4 years, you're eligible to apply for a green card, a permanent resident card. And this source is Higher Education Statistics Agency, destination of leavers from higher education. One moment, please.
Right. While Avinder is getting back, I see a few questions that are coming in. So I'm going to moderate these questions in as soon as we get the chance. But in the meantime, what I can do is I will also.
Sorry about that. There was this glitch, so I just needed to take care. Right. Really sorry about this break. I think we were good. I was going in a very nice flow, and then suddenly the glitch happened. It's okay. Moving further. Like I said, all these are verified. Is verified information that has been sourced from statistical agencies and for higher education. And let's talk about now the best architecture courses in the UK. So some of the top architecture universities in the UK, according to the QS Global Ranking 23, are UCL, University College London, University of Cambridge, Manchester School of Architecture, the University of Sheffield, Cardiff University, Loughborough, Newcastle, Oxford Brookes University, University Bath, and the University of Edinburgh. Now, these are the kind of architecture programs I've given in another, that they offer one undergraduate or one postgraduate or one doctoral in the column, which is following it. And then we talk about after this, scholarships. Generally, for design courses, are when every student asks, are there any scholarship opportunities available? Yes. A wide range of scholarships and bursaries are available for international students across all art and design courses. So these include like the ECA Taught Master Scholarship from the University of Edinburgh, for master's opportunities at the Middlesex University, London, and then, Arts Creative Industry Scholarship, and a range of fine arts scholarships under the Royal College of Art Awards. You can also apply for the prestigious Chevening scholarships, or if you're coming from a Commonwealth country like India, you could apply for a Commonwealth Master Scholarship as well. Then these are the scholarships available, university, opportunities available for architecture. So it's like the type of scholarship that is there, the ECA PhD scholarship, Hodgkinson scholarship, PhD in architecture studentship, Royal Institute of British Architects, RIBA, Wren Insurance Association scholarships, University of Kent postgraduate scholarships, and then the Vice Chancellor's International Scholarship, and the Chevening one. So these are the universities which are provided by the University of Edinburgh, Oxford Brookes, University of Strathclyde, Royal Institute of British Architects, and then the University of Kent or Cardiff or UK Government University. Besides this also, there are each university that you apply to has some or the other bursaries available. They have some innate departmental scholarships which are not much. Like in UK, unlike the USA, you don't get huge amounts of scholarship. They are limited, but yes, you do get. If you could say you wanted 100% scholarship for going for your study to UK, that is not the case. That's a very, very rare opportunity. That is unless and until student has an extraordinary portfolio, extraordinary academic portfolio. Again, everything is like too good about it. Then only do they think about giving you 100%, but not heard of very easily. Okay, then we talk about what are my work options after I graduate. So UK graduates are among the most employable in the world. And when you study art and design in UK, you will be joining a long line of successful graduates who've gone on to exciting roles all over the world. So there's no dearth of jobs anywhere across the world, whether you want to set up your own art studio, look for full-time roles in advertising, graphic design, make it big in fashion, or architectural institutions, organizations, you'll get the best possible start in the UK. International students who have completed an undergraduate or master's degree can apply to stay and work in the UK for 2 years upon graduation through the graduate route, like I've just told you earlier also. So find out more about studying art and design in the UK, and to find a course, you should visit us. Ask us, ask DQ Labs how to move forward and further with this. So we'll help you design your whole career. And then some insights that I'd like to add are like, a slow yet continuous 2% increase in the salary of design employees is seen in the future years. So yes, there is growth there. It is going to happen. It is happening. Creative organizations involved in advertising, fashion, film, and graphic design, they have contributed to 115 billion pounds to the UK economy. And the average salary for a fashion designer in UK is 28,600 pounds. And the creative arts and design industry employs more than 2 million people across UK. And they are very open to employing international students as well. So next, last but not the least, we come to the UK visa. Now, in UK visa, you have to have about 30 days of funds, available, and the amount of funds that need to be shown will vary from, the university, the fee there, plus the living for 1 year. If you're inside London, then your living cost per annum will increase than if you're outside the London. We say inside London boroughs or outside London boroughs. So it will vary, will depend, how much is it. So any kind of funds that are required, how you can show your funds, how can you plan your finances, how can you go about taking a loan. We guide you on each and everything. Once you enroll with us, the whole process is streamlined for you. So you don't have to worry about anything. You can always contact us anytime. And you're most welcome for this. So with this, I'm ready to take on questions. I've come to the end of my presentation. So if you have anything else, please tell me. Please, I'll be very happy to talk about it.
Yeah, some good questions have come in. All right. So I think some of these you've already answered, but since the questions have come in, we can address it again.
Yeah.
The question from Parthiban, who's asking, will a master's degree in design course be recognized in India?
Yes.
Yeah.
It will be. And it will be. See, design courses anywhere from the world, from accredited, if you've done it from an accredited institution in the world, anywhere in the world, will be recognized by the Indians here in India.
All right. The next question is from Narayan Shankar, who's saying, what are the broad requirements for applying to design schools in the UK?
See, basic broad requirements are your academics, then your English proficiency test, and then most importantly, your portfolio. These are the main three requirements for, and your SOP as well. Your LORs and SOP also hold a very important role, but the main thing is your academics, your portfolio, a big chunk, and then your English proficiency test, along with your recommendations as well, your SOP.
All right, all right. There's a follow-up question from Narayan, who's
Mhm.
asking, how soon do you apply for student aid opportunities in the UK?
See, some student aid you can only apply to once you get an offer letter from there. So unless and until you haven't got an offer letter, you're not eligible to apply. So anyway, so the earlier you apply, the better it is. So you're even if you have to apply to any Indian institution or like the Shivning scholarship or the Commonwealth scholarship, for those also you have to have an offer in hand. Without an offer in hand, you are not eligible. And by March 30th, most of the scholarships being offered are all over for the year, coming year. So
All right.
those are the deadlines. Yes.
So it's, I mean, the sooner they apply right now, we have time.
Yes.
Other
Yeah, we
thing
still have time. You know, if
is,
they get an offer fast, then we can still apply for the scholarships. Very few scholarships are left open in April, you know, if they're not filled and all.
all right. So Parthiban, that answers your question. Is this the right time to apply or is it late? This is the time you can apply.
It's the fastest time to apply. It's not, we haven't left, lost the bandwagon, but we can still get onto it if we run very fast.
Sure, sure. Um, Now, the next question from Jackson. What are the grade requirements from boards apart from IB and A levels? Like, for example, CBSE, ISC. What are the grade
Yeah.
requirements for them?
See, if you look at a CBSE mark sheet or the ICSE mark sheet, there also they give you a percentage as well as a grade. Okay. So your percentage is, your A grade is 70% and above. So 75%, mainly they're looking at minimum 75% to 80%. Higher the better. Okay, so if you're looking at good universities, then higher the better. 80, some will, like Glasgow School of Art or Edinburgh School of Art or University of Cambridge or Oxford will obviously look at 90 percentile more than, an 80, 85 percentile. I'm not saying 85 percentile cannot get in, but yes, if you have to have an excellent portfolio, other things added, value added to your profile. So once you come to us, we tell you how to build on your profile as well, what else to do, no, so it's okay, academics, English proficiency, your portfolio, but there are other small snippets, that can compensate for, probably academics or your English proficiency or something. They cannot compensate for your portfolio, but we can also help you add value to your portfolio, how to make it, we give you guidance on how to make it more varied. Whatever is this, what is it looking for? So DQ Labs helps you in building that, varied kind of portfolio that is required, for you to apply and get better, away, be that cherry on the cake, that, and it's like that university wants to pick on you, that yes, this is a student that I'm looking at for coming to me for their bachelor studies or master studies or whatever.
All right, all right. Okay. Now, a question from EJ. Do I need to have a credit for art and design in class 12 to apply for any art college in the UK?
See, if we're talking about Royal College of Art, yes, they look at, have some credit there. You must have studied at least a fine art course in your 11th and 12th and all, but not particularly. You can do outside courses as well. Like, you have portfolio management courses or certain other art and design courses outside of school also, which are also taken into consideration. So that is also possible. I think DQ Lab runs such courses, right?
Yeah. So what you're saying is if a student signs up with us for a a course on design or a course on their portfolio development, and we issue a certificate for that, then that can be used as well.
Yes, it can be for sure.
All right, all right. So that's great. Right. So AJ says, I have also done my schooling with IGCSE. Do I have to give an extra English test? Any extra English test?
Yes. See, basically, when we're talking about going from an English, if you have above 90% in your English in your class 12, you might get a waiver of the English proficiency test by the university, right? Which can be taken into consideration for your visa as well. But sometimes what happens is you can get a waiver there. They might not ask you for a IELTS or a PT or a TOEFL score. They will give you admission, which will be an unconditional admission if you or all your other, your checklist is like, marked. But when we talk about filing for visa, sometimes because they are very well aware about the whole Indian education system, how it is run, what are the bylines and everything. So in order to, not allow them to speculate or think twice about your English proficiency, they allow, it is better to give an English proficiency test, which is an authentic representation of your proficiency, your reading, writing, listening, and speaking skills. Because even this, I mean, when we're talking about class test students who go, they take English tuitions, get very good marks and everything. I personally come across a lot of students, whose actual proficiency level wasn't that as good as their marks portrayed. I'm not saying you are like that or whatever, but there are many students. So these inhibitions are there in the minds of the visa officers. So in order to avoid that, please, I suggest give a English proficiency test. You may get a waiver at initially you at the time of admission you might not, but for visa, please try and give.
Okay, all right. The next question is from Parthiban, who's asking, what is the average living cost in London?
I just told you 1400 something 60 or 80 pounds per month. That means you're living as well as your boarding, lodging, your food and everything. But this is an average cost. If you're stingy, you save. If you're expensive, then you end up spending more. This is the base. It means that you require at least a minimum of this amount to take care of your living expense. But it can be more, depending on, if you're doing an art design course, then your obvious basic cost will also go up because you'll have to keep buying paints or other material and everything. So add on ho jata hai. Books and supplies get added on and things like that. So average is about 14 and a half, uh, 1405.5, GBP per month.
Okay. Right. So that's covered. Right. So Keshav is asking another question.
Mm-hmm.
Will the state board be considered for studying abroad?
Yes, no
Yeah.
issues. Yeah. Which state board are you from, Keshav?
Yeah. If Keshav, if you can write that
Just
down.
type, please. Yeah.
And in the meantime, Keshav has also asked another question on Germany, but Keshav, what we'll do is we will connect you. Please fill up the feedback form because this session is for UK. Please fill up the feedback form. We'll connect you with Shiksha, and you can speak with them on that.
Yeah, students have been connecting with us for, destinations now, and we've been handling personal queries also since this webinar has started, so.
Right. Yeah, so Keshav is from Jharkhand.
Okay, no issues.
So state board, Jharkhand state board, no problem, right?
No problem. If it's recognized by the UGC, if your school is recognized, it's a CBSE school. Oh, sorry, it's a Jharkhand board
State
school,
board.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so but it's recognized and accredited by the state board. Yeah, it is no problem. It okay. It might not have so much as much value as a CBSE or a ICSE or a IGCSE or an IB, but there is no problem. You can apply. No issues.
Yeah. All right. I don't see any more questions coming in. As mentioned, there's a feedback form that's been shared. Keshav, please fill up that feedback form and then we'll connect you with Shiksha Overseas. And just so that everyone else knows, if you do want to connect with Shiksha, there's a personal session that you can have. A personal discussion you can have about maybe 30 minutes, and they'll just give you an overview. Um, and that's a complimentary session. So um, don't don't hesitate in filling up the form and getting connected with Shiksha. That'll be the best way for you to reach out and get all your queries resolved.
Right.
Keshav is continuing to say that my medium is English completely. So he's studying
That's fine.
English.
That's fine. You from Jharkhand board, your medium MOI is English, that's fine. You will have to give an English proficiency test for sure. Yes. When coming from Dharja, IGSC different scenario, ICSC different, IB is different. CBSC 90% above, they give you a waiver. But Jharkhand board, you'll have to give an English proficiency test.
Right. There's a final question we'll take from Parthiban before we end this webinar. As PG programs are 1 year in the UK, are they enough to learn the required skills?
Yeah, see, this is one myth that follows here actually. Basically, the PG programs that are there for 2 years in other countries are usually held for about 32 years, 32 weeks out of the 52 weeks, in a year. And in that, 26 weeks are dedicated to foundation studies. So ultimately, what are you doing? 36 plus, if I say 24 निकाल दिया तो कितना बढ़ेगा? आपका 8 weeks और डालेंगे, है ना? So about 40 weeks, which is what you study in UK. So in 1 year, it's very rigorous, long hours, but you don't get time. At master's level, these studies are very intensive, and they are in cohorts. They're group based. There is so much to do. You don't get time otherwise. And yes, you do get to cover. And nowadays, a lot of programs have been, they have started adding even more hours, not just 1 year, but they started spreading over a period of 15 months or 16 months or 18 months or 2 years also. Some courses you will find which are like 1 year of study and 1 year of professional practice also at the master's level. Even at the bachelor's level, there are two types. A 3-year bachelor is there, and a 3-year bachelor is there, or there is a 4-year bachelor study, which is called a sandwich sandwich study, in the sense 2 years of university study. 3rd year, you go out, do industry placement for 1 whole year, and then 4th year, you come back to the university to finish your bachelor studies. So it's either 3 or 4 years. Scotland, in UK, Scotland is one area where you have 4 years of bachelor studies, like you have in USA. But that doesn't mean that you do foundation studies in the first, 6 months or whatever. But again, the study there is very intensive. The pattern there is that you have 4 years of bachelor's and 1 year of master's. So 5 years of total district. Okay.
Yeah. And I think with that, we come to the end of the session. Thank you so much for joining in and being so interactive. Lovely to have your questions, and looking forward to you all filling up that form and connecting with us for more. Also looking forward to you all joining tomorrow's session as well.
Tomorrow is?
Yeah, so tomorrow is studying in Singapore.
Right.
So,
Another very favorite destination of students, who think about going for design schools.
right, right. All
Yeah.
right. All the best to you all, and we will look forward to reaching out to you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Yeah, sure. Goodbye, everybody. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye.